You guys, I've been watching this amazing makeup competition show on the BBC in the UK called Glow Up, and tonight was and is the finale. Now, they have a very weird setup there. They have an internet-only channel called BBC Three, and then they also air the show on BBC One. So it's the setup. Imagine if you're a Drag Race fan, if they actually spoiled their own, well, like they did it all during All Stars 4. Basically, they put the episode up online in the morning in England, and then at night they air it on the TV. So a lot of people, by the time it airs, have already seen it. Anyway, as I'm making this video, it hasn't yet aired in the UK, but I have already seen it on the internet. I wanted to do like a whole rundown of the finale episode, so I may do that in a separate video. I'm going to just show you some of my favorite looks and talk very briefly. I've got some theater tickets tonight, so I got to make this video real fast. The finalists are, from left to right in my thumbnail, Ellis, Nikki, and Lee. Now, Ellis I've known for a long time from the drag community. Ellis is an amazing makeup artist and drag queen. Nikki is very much like an Instagram makeup girl. She has a following of over 200,000. Lee is like brand new, only started doing makeup like 9 months before they filmed it, is also colorblind, which is why, if you notice, I put the monochrome background in my thumbnail as a shout out to Lee. Lee got a lot of attention in the series and really grew as an artist. I went from the beginning from thinking Lee maybe just needed to go home to like by the finale thinking, well, I'll tell you a little bit in a minute. Anyway, so we get into the finale. They have this amazing challenge where they get to do a professional photo shoot with a top-notch photographer. They go in, they have to pitch their idea, and each one goes through the process, and then they get this amazing model who really works with them. You know, it's a really good experience to watch. I'll talk a little bit more about it if I do another video, but I'm just gonna put some screenshots in. And Ellis goes in super nervous with his pitch, but actually has like some great ideas and kills it by the end, and they love Ellis. Nikki goes in kind of like, well, I'm just going to have a good time. Like, Nikki went through the whole competition, like, always being in the bottom two. She was like the girl who always had to lip sync, but always won the lip sync, so got to stay, and somehow made it to the top three. So, kind of like a Roxy, I guess. Lee, like I said, they gave a lot of attention to. Lee went in and did a good job on the challenge. I mean, these pictures are amazing. Like, this photographer is amazing. And it was great. I actually liked they always have two challenges and then sort of like a face-off at the end. A lot of times the beginning challenge is a little more interesting than the second challenge. And that was the case on this finale for me as well. So I'm going to mainly just cover that one. Here's some looks of mine from the season that were some of my favorite looks from eliminated contestants that I really, really liked. One of them is from Brandon, who has since transitioned. Branna is an amazing makeup artist who is actually followed by Jeffree Star and is very, very popular on social media, and really do not think that she should have gone out early. And this other one is by someone named Tiffany, who I wasn't like this big fan of Tiffany during the series, but I also did not dislike her at all. But this one look was just amazing. It was based on this Japanese pottery where the cracks it's like broken pottery and it's fixed with gold, and it just makes it more valuable. And I just thought this was like almost my favorite look of the entire season. So anyway, if you don't want spoilers, stop watching now, but I'm just going to talk about the winner. The winner is Ellis, and I'm so excited and so proud of Ellis. I really didn't know if Ellis was going to win or not. I had kind of a hunch that Ellis did really well, but didn't know if Ellis was going to win. They got down to a top two, so they actually eliminated Lee, which I thought was really unfair because Lee actually won last week and actually did really well in the photographer challenge. But for the final look, they had to do a sketch to their future self, or not a sketch, something. Anyway, Lee's colorblind, and his sketch, I guess, looked really good, but the actual look just didn't come out. And they were supposed to kind of base the winner off of their entire body of work. So the previous week, Lee had won immunity, and so they told Lee, go ahead, experiment, girl, do what you want. And then, oh, but by the way, this may count against you in the future. So Lee did a more experimental look. It didn't exactly knock everyone's socks off, and didn't, I don't know if they actually counted that look or not, but I didn't think it was super fair. And I thought Nikki should have gone home and not been in the final because just didn't like, no offense to her, I just didn't like her work as much. Now, I do like her Instagram looks. It's very weird. I actually pulled her. I had some more looks I was going to use, but I found some great looks of her on her Instagram that I like better than her promo picture for the show. She is a really good makeup artist. She's just used to making herself up, and her big problem during the show was time. She was always running out of time. Of course, if you're used to just doing your Instagram at home, it's different than being on the set. I don't know what her day job is, if she has one. Lee has a day job that's like in an office. Like, he was trying to get into the cosmetics industry and couldn't even get a job at Macy's, honey, or whatever the British equivalent of Macy's is. So imagine he'll be doing a lot better now in that. And Lee's biggest problem during the challenge, during the season, I guess, was the fact that he's colorblind. So one of the hardest things for Lee was matching for foundation. Although he did an amazing job in the finale. Also, sometimes to me, his looks just were like not as bold as, to my personal taste, what I would like. Alice is amazing. I would say Alice's biggest problem is just self-confidence. The way Alice went into pitch at the final challenge with the photo shoot challenge. Hopefully this win has given him a big, boost of self-confidence, as is well-deserved. Anyway, I thought it was a great show. I really liked it. It was a very nurturing. There were a lot of other people from the cast who were very endearing. I just don't have time to cover an entire cast in this one little quick video. Let me know in the comments if you want another video about Glow Up. And if y'all like makeup, do check it out, especially if you live in the UK. It's a little hard if you don't live in the UK. And remember, BBC Three is the network where RuPaul's Drag Race UK is going to be airing. And I am wondering what is going to happen when they air. Are they going to do this same thing? Because okay, I have to get a little draggy here, but girl, you know how the Drag Race fans are. We're not good at keeping spoilers to ourselves. So if they're going to literally post the Drag Race episode in the morning in the UK, which is like 5 in the morning here, and then expect everybody to wait 12 hours and not talk about it on social media, there's going to be no point in airing it on BBC One. So what they need to do is post it online exactly the same time as it airs on BBC One. And the BBC, BBC does not make it easy for people to watch their stuff if they don't live in the UK or if they're not a UK resident. I personally think that if they really like, I don't know, I know they're like controlled by the law over there. But I personally think they put out great programming, and if they had a subscription where people from other countries could subscribe, like using their iTunes or whatever, I think they would get a lot of income. So they maybe need to look into that. But please check this out and hit me up with a comment on what you think about Glow Up. And if you're ready to watch Drag Race UK on BBC Three, thank you guys for watching or listening to me on this very short video. Bye.